Welcome to Vet Fraternity. In this topic, we are going to study about dacryocystitis. Before beginning with the definition, you need to know the structure. Basically, this is the eye, and this is the third eyelid gland, and this is another lacrimal gland. These are the glands that basically produce the tears. So here the third eyelid gland, that when it produces the tears, these tears travel through these ducts towards the nose. Basically, the you can say the labeling of these canals is like these initial two portions are called as canaliculi. They join together to form lacrimal sac, and from the lacrimal sac travels the nasolacrimal duct, and it opens into the nasal cavity or nasal punctum. Uh, when we talk about dacryocystitis, basically it is an inflammation of the lacrimal sac, usually caused by obstruction of nasolacrimal sac, proximal nasolacrimal duct by inflammatory debris, foreign bodies, or masses pressing on the duct. So basically, what they are saying is this sac or this duct gets obstructed. It can get obstructed due to any debris, any foreign body, or any mass that presses on the duct. What are the clinical signs that are going to be caused by this duct? One is epiphora, that is excessive tearing. Because normally when the tears are going to be produced, they travel through this, some of the portion of the tears travel through this duct into the nose. But if this is clogged, what will happen that every like whatever quantity of tear is being produced, it will come down from here. So there is going to be excessive tear production. Second thing is conjunctivitis, that is refractory to treatment, because it will cause conjunctivitis, and since there is obstruction, as long as you do not deal with this obstruction that is happened in this duct, whatever treatment you will try to treat the conjunctivitis, it is not going to be treated. Next thing is occasionally a draining fistula in the medial lower eyelid, because sometimes what happens that if it is a chronic obstruction, the pressure at that area creates the fistula, a draining tract. So what will happen if here is the obstruction and this area is having pressure, a fistula will form and all the tears will start to come out from this fistula. So a draining tract will be created over the nasal plana. Next we have is the diagnosis. For the diagnosis, you can irrigate the nasolacrimal duct. What happens that you take a tube and you insert it into that canaliculi, and then you inject the water. If the water, sometimes if it's like very hard obstruction, you will feel resistance, and you are not going to be able to inject water or like saline or like whatever liquid content that you are going to be inject. So that's how you can get to know, or sometimes you like start to irrigate the area, and if the debris is not like that much hard, it will come out from the nasal part, and you can see like that debris, and you can basically figure out that it is a case of dacryocystitis. And second thing you can do for the diagnosis is doing the skull radiographs by using contrast media. Of course, if it is the track and it's obstructed from here and you have used this like contrast media, the contrast will not travel, will not come into this area. So you can see the obstruction. Then, as for the treatment is concerned, therapy aimed at maintaining the patency of the duct and instilling the topical antibiotic solutions. So, once you have diagnosed the situation, what you are going to do that you have to maintain the patency of the duct, and you have to instill the topical antibiotic solutions. Next thing is polyethylene or silicone tube is placed in nasolacrimal duct to keep it open. So it is one of the another treatment plan that we can use, that we permanently instill this tube into this duct and it remains open. Next one is that if the nasolacrimal apparatus is irreversibly damaged, and so what you are going to do is you are going to create a new draining pathway that should be constructed surgically to empty the tears into the nasal cavity, into the sinus, or into the mouth. It can be any. You need not to understand the fully mechanics of behind the surgery, but you just need to know these names. One is conjunctivorhinostomy, that is connecting conjunctiva to nose, or conjunctivorhallostomy, that is conjunctiva to sinus or mouth. So you need to remember these names for the paper point of view. These are important, that how you can surgically create a new draining pathway, new track. So these are the treatment options that you can opt for this situation. You can see this image over here. It is a fistula in a dog, Shetland sheep dog's eye, because of chronic dacryocystitis that has. So because of the pressure over here, the track has been created. And you can see over here the bilateral epiphora that is happening is this in this animal due to blocked duct. So that was all about the cryocystis. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Thank you so much.